Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli, the computer guy, here for the Daily Blob, where we say, brah, I'm not sure anybody actually likes you. They like your toys. They sure as hell like your money. But I don't know if anyone really likes you. So Elon Musk has floated the idea of coming up with his own political party. And I think this is an interesting thing to talk about. One for the clickbait. But two, I think it is a larger lesson on what it is to be a technology professional and what our value actually is. It's an important lesson to learn as you go with your professional development, to realize that many times the technology professionals for a company are absolutely vital for that company to continue. Your email services, your communication services, invoice services, project management services, all of these services have to function for the company to run. That doesn't mean you yourself is really that important to the company. It's fascinating to see so many coders out there, so many technology professionals strutting around, basically feeling like nobody gives them the respect they deserve. And then you ask them, basically, what is the profit center of their company? Who are the direct competitors to their company? And a whole bunch of these other simple questions, and they have absolutely no idea. They honestly feel as if Node.js makes the company, and everything else, like accounting and legal issues and marketing and all that kind of stuff, is somehow not nearly as relevant as what they create in their VS Code. It can cause real problems in the technology world, and can cause real problems for your career if you don't kind of realize your place, right? In a hierarchical world, understanding where your place is in an organization is incredibly important. So Musk right now is very, very high on his own supply, which is probably not a metaphor or anything. It's probably actually high on his own supply at this point in time. But what's really interesting is this idea that he thinks he's so politically powerful. I think about Taylor Swift. So I love Taylor Swift, right? Shake it up, shake it up, shake it off, shake it off. Bad blood. Anyways, when I go running, when I do my half marathons, probably half of my playlist is Taylor Swift singing in my ear, telling me not to worry about the haters or whatever else. And I love Taylor Swift. I am not shy to say I'm a Swiftie. But the funny thing was, one day I was tired or whatever. I was at home. I was watching Netflix, didn't know what to watch that day, and so there was a biography type thing on Taylor Swift. I normally don't watch those types of things, but I was sick or whatever. So anyways, I turned it on and watched the biography of Taylor Swift, which is whatever it was. But the interesting part came when apparently there was something going on in politics, I think in Tennessee. I do believe she's from Tennessee, or was from Tennessee at the time, and she didn't like the politics of Tennessee at the time. And she decided she was going to get into the political morass. And so she got in there, and apparently she endorsed people and said exactly what her opinions were, and the electorate didn't actually give two craps. Basically, nobody cared about what Taylor Swift thought when they went to go vote. Or at least voting people didn't care. And it was interesting to watch Taylor Swift as she pouted and whined about, but why doesn't anybody listen to me? And the reason is because, look, I love the music. I love the performance. I love all of that. That doesn't mean I give 1/2 of a crap what your actual politics are. There is not an ounce of me that cares who Taylor Swift is going to vote for. Right, just period. If she comes out and she argues for regulation on something like AI, right? AI is going to make it so Taylor Swift can no longer be one of the wealthiest women in the world. I don't know, maybe I would listen to that. How dare you take that 50th swimming pool away from Taylor Swift? Don't you know a woman of her caliber needs at least 50 swimming pools? I don't know, maybe I would care about that. But for a lot of these other things, just don't care about, right? But there's this idea of fame and popularity and even power within your own specific niche translates into basically political power, political ability, when it really doesn't. I think about this with Elon Musk talking about creating a political party now. And one of the things he was talking about with him and Trump had their spat, and one of the tweets that Elon Musk put out was, quote, "Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years." This idea that he is politically powerful. He talked about the reason that Trump got elected was because of him. And the thing is, something can be true and kind of stupid all at the same time. So if you look at Trump and if you look at the election between him and Kamala Harris, the first thing you have to understand is the Democrats put up literally the worst. You couldn't be much worse than they did in that particular election cycle. One, they put up a dead president who did not want to give up. And then they put up Kamala Harris, who was going to be the candidate for change, except she wouldn't have changed anything Biden did. I can't make this stuff up. Oh my God, you just look at her like, what the hell? Woman, come on now. Work with us. But anyways, here's the thing, right? There's a lot of people that were concerned about Trump, but they were looking at Kamala Harris, and they're like, golly. Trying to figure out if they could swallow that one. And I think with people like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk coming out for Trump, I do believe that is one of the things that helped put the thumb on the scales of that particular election, right? If Elon Musk, the smartest man of a generation, the genius of a generation, if he says Trump is our only salvation, maybe it's true. But the point that I will put out there is that Trump did only win by 2% of the popular vote. I'm not saying he did not win. Do not get me wrong. He did win. But he only won by 2% of the popular. Trump going against one of the worst candidates in literal history only won by about 2 percentage points, which is basically the concept of putting a thumb on the scale, right? But, Musk says he put $450 million into the election cycle. He gave his endorsement or whatever, and that is what got Trump elected. And I think this is a curious thing to look at and wonder what is going to happen with Elon Musk going into the future, right? He has this idea. Because he created SpaceX, because he, founded, I'm not going to get into it, Tesla and the rest of it, as if he has this political backing from the population of the country. But the interesting thing is, I would argue, I think most of the support Elon Musk has had over the years was this idea of being a multi-planetary species, and by Tesla basically being an electric car company, bringing us to the utopia of the electrification of the world. But the curious thing is, right, he came out and he started screaming at the woke-tards. So all the Democrats that were buying his Tesla vehicles, his cars, he came out and called them woke-tards. And then the person that he backed, again, Trump is going through and he's just destroying the renewable energy mandates to an absolute ridiculous degree. There was an offshore wind project that was already approved, already ready for construction before he came into office, and then he tried to literally pull back approval that had already been granted. If you look at what Trump is doing, he's just trying to eviscerate the renewable mandates in this country. And as Elon Musk said, he's the one that got Trump elected. So basically, Trump is drill, baby, drill, destroy the renewable energy mandates and the whole 9 yards. Elon Musk basically backed all of that, and now he's trying to pretend like he's somehow the voice of the people. And I would highly question that particular reality. He went out and he put a tweet out on Twitter, because that apparently, I have been informed, I have been informed that is the town square, global town square. Although I don't go to it and nobody I know goes to it, but they say it's the global town square. And basically he put out a tweet that says, "Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% of the middle?" And that tweet got like 80-90% yeses. And so that's where he was saying the will of the people. So maybe we will get a political party out of him. The question that I have is, even if he does try to spin up a political party, will there actually be any backing behind it? Who at this point in time would support Elon Musk in a political capacity? Who actually believes he has an ounce of political acumen and will even do what we think he states he wants to do? I think that would be the question that I would have. And this is something to consider with yourself, again, within organizations and that type of thing. So many times the technology professionals, we hold such a valuable set of skills within an organization. And depending on what we do, we can really make an organization thrive or literally die based off of our actions. But so many times we misinterpret that level of power to actually really understanding how the business and organization run. Again, that somehow our Exchange servers or whatever communication servers you're using now, your Docker stuff, your Ansible workflows or whatever, that somehow this is really what is valuable for the organization, and what everybody else does in the organization is kind of, oh, that's the childish stuff. Anybody can do that. It takes a special type of person to create a Python script, right? And you see this out of a lot of people. And that's where I would say you might want to just take a step back and think about things a little bit. And I would argue, go out and have a cup of coffee with the different people in your organization with different departments, the people that are in marketing, the people that are in PR. See if you can actually have a cup of coffee with different executives, that type of thing, to fully understand how the company operates, to really understand where your place actually is in that company. Are you nearly as valuable as you think you are? Are your systems nearly as valuable as you think they are? Or is it basically something like water, where everybody expects water to be there, and if water isn't there, everybody dies? But the same hand, that's not what's really driving Walmart. That's not what's really driving McDonald's. That's not really what's driving JP Morgan or that type of thing. I don't know. It's just one of those things to kind of think about and consider. Would you care if Elon Musk created a political party? What do you think that political party would actually look like? What would be the value of an Elon Musk political party? If you don't work 120 hours a week, you're lazy. If you actually want to go and see your kids, then you're a worthless piece of crap. I mean, think about this, right? With Elon Musk, he went in there, and when he was destroying the federal government, right? Under Doge, he went in to eviscerate the federal government and did a piss poor job doing it, right? But anyways, when he went in there, one of the things that he said is that they were willing to work 100 hours a week against the government employees that were only willing to work 40 hours a week. So of course, who would win? Right? He went into the federal government in an adversarial role, stating that the people who had jobs working 40 hours a week were somehow weak and pathetic because they wanted to be with their families. They wanted to support their communities. They wanted to be with their spouses, right? Again, you look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk has so many kids, he can't even keep up with them. He has so many kids, the mothers of the kids are complaining because Elon Musk won't even see the kids once they're born, right? Think about that deviant, perverted mindset that he puts up on a pedestal and he believes he's doing it right. Think about that. Is that the world you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world where everybody around you is working 996, right, out of China, 9 in the morning to 9 at night, 6 days a week? right? You don't see your kids. You don't do Little League. You barely have time for anything else. The only thing you have time for is to make sure that billionaire makes another buck. Is that the world you want? And that's what Elon Musk seems to be pushing for. He's not pushing for utopia. He's not pushing for being a two-planet species. He's pushing for you to grind yourself into the dirt so that he can have a little bit more. The other billionaires can have a little bit more. Is that something that makes you excited about a political party? I don't know. Something to ponder, something to think about. Are you nearly as significant as you think you are in the organization? Are the Node.js developers nearly as significant as they think? No. The answer is no. Do you understand what your organization actually values? And the question is if you don't, how are you going to figure that out? These would be some things I would ponder and think about. Anyways, look at that. I think I did a pretty short video. I did get a timer. But I don't know. I think my timer's broken. Why is it not on? Oh, there we go. Look at that. It says 15 minutes. Anyways, it was off. So I did get a timer for you all. So I'm going to try to use this to make my... Oh, damn it. Why is it doing that? I honestly don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's a broken timer. That's how my life goes. I actually go out and I get a timer for you folks. So yeah. And then it just keeps turning itself off for some reason. I don't know why it's turning itself off. Anyways, but here's a timer. So you know I try. I do listen to you. I'm snarky. I'm mean. I get it. But I do listen. Every once in a while I try to solve problems. But then my solution breaks and it all goes to hell. I don't know, maybe that's... Oh, wait a minute, is that it? Oh, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I see now. Okay, so there's, on here, there's like 4 switches. There's low, so that's low. And then there's high. And then you click it up one more, that's power saving mode, where it'll show you for a minute and then it'll go away. Let's see if it goes away. Will it go away? There we go, then it goes away. Oh, but that's because it's power saving mode. So you take it down 1 and then you get to see your timer. See, look, some of you say I'm not really a technology professional. I think my troubleshooting skills right there prove what quality of a tech professional I really am. Anyways, I figured out how to use a timer. What did you do today in technology? I figured out how to use a timer. Anywho, see y'all later.